Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. I am Frank the FM84. Thank you for joining me on another episode of Bello Calcio, coming out in Japan in the J-League, managing Shonan Bellmare. So if you've been with us for the last few episodes, you'd have seen our journey through the Club World Cup. You would have also seen that in yesterday's episode, we beat Kashima Antlers to book our place in the next round of the Emperor's Cup. We have moved forward since that episode. We are now on the 6th of September, and that means we will be playing Yokohama Marinos in the J-League YBC Levain Cup quarter-final second leg. Before we jump into that though, let's show you what's been happening since you've been away, having a little look at the schedule. So we go as far back, should I say, as playing against Kashima Antlers. We beat them 4-2. Then we came crashing down in the league, a rare 2-0 defeat to Yokohama. We didn't play very well. We had the majority of the chances. We just didn't take any of them. It was just baffling, really, what happened. They had two chances. They pretty much took them. They had 3 shots on target, scored 2 goals. You know, rare off day for us. We couldn't get anything going, and we lost that game 2-0. We then bounced back with a 2-0 victory against Kawasaki Frontale. We battered them completely. 26 shots, 9 on target, scored 2 goals. The scoreline doesn't say it was convincing, but the stats show you a completely different picture. We then beat Sanfrecce Hiroshima 2-1. 16 shots, 7 on target, an XG of 1.69. Goals from Antonio and Uchiyama. Uchiyama's an interesting player. I don't know if I introduced him on the feed. So he's a player, a Japanese international. In fact, I haven't introduced him because we were in the transfer window. So I will get back to that in a moment. You've just had a brief preview of who he is. He's going to pop up a little bit, I can tell you that for now. We then played Vivaran Nagasaki. We beat them, bit of revenge for earlier on in the season when they beat us. We had 24 shots, 13 on target. Nishikawa and Uchiyama getting the goals there too. We then played Jubilo Iwata. We beat them 3-2 in the league. Uchiyama, Tedic and Nishikawa getting our goals. Gonzalez and Bruninho scoring late on to get them back into the game. But we were in charge of the game, completely comfortable, and we were deserving winners. We then beat Kashiwa Reysol, should I say, with goals from Tedic, Garner, Nago and Antonio. 4-0 victory was quite convincing there for 3 more points. Yokohama F Marinos were up next. We blew them away as well with a 3-1 victory. Mita, Antonio and Mita, he's another name that is going to be new to the save that you're going to meet very shortly, who has been very involved. We beat Hokkaido Consadole Sapporo, getting their names mashed together. Hatanaka, Antonio and Mita with the goals before we moved on to Vegalta Sendai. We beat them 3-2, played really well in this game. Restricted them to only 2 shots on target in the 90 minutes. Unfortunately, they scored with them. Goals from Uchiyama and Tedic bringing us back into the game. They were 2-0 up after 37 minutes. We dug deep. And even though the stats say we battered them, like I said, they had 2 shots and they scored 2 goals. We beat Shimizu Espals 4-3. So defending here has pretty much gone out the window. We are attack. We were ahead through Mita, Atangana, Uchiyama and then Antonio. It got close at the end. Again, we nearly threw it away. And then last time out, we beat Yokohama Marinos in the first leg of the quarterfinals 1-0, where we didn't play very well, but Nishikawa getting the goal that got us the head start in this quarterfinal. Right then, so there was a few players there that you need to meet. So let's have a look at the transfers tab. Let's go to transfer history and show you the players that we brought in. So, as I said, the transfer window was open. We needed to do a bit of business, so we brought a few youngsters in. First of which is Jose Quinones. Jose Quinones, I'm going to go with. He's a 19-year-old Ecuadorian who has come in. He's looking as if he could be as good as Presart. Plays primarily as a winger, but can cover as a striker too. Doesn't have the best finishing, but at the age of 19, we've got plenty of time to mould him into what we want. He looks like a fantastic prospect. Dennis Campana. He's another Ecuadorian who's come in. He's also 19 years old. He's primarily a right back, but can play as a centre back too. And he's already ahead of Nicolas Trapiccio. So next season, he may be filling one of those foreign spots that we have in the team. Got Hassan Hamzawi. He is a Tunisian, a full international with 2 caps. He plays it as a centre-back, and he's 2.5-star against my team and 4.5-star potential player who seems to have massive potential. If you look at it, he's 6'5", which is always a plus for a central defender. He has tackling of 15, jumping reach of 18. He has good pace and good acceleration. I think he's a player for the future that we are really going to enjoy on the save. We then have Ryo Uchiyama. He's he is in the Japanese under-21s team, but he hasn't been capped for them yet. He has come in. Who did we buy him from? We bought him from FC Tokyo. And as you can see there, he's played 5 games and scored 7 goals already. He's got 7 in total and 7. This kid just looks like $1 million, plays like $1 million. Finishing at 15. Doesn't have the best pace, but he has good acceleration. He only has 2 stars stacked up against other players in my team, but he's 4.5 stars in terms of his potential. And I think he's going to be quite a special player. You can see he's already bossing the J-League. And then we've got Taro Mita. He is a 17-year-old under-23 Japanese international. Who did we buy him from? Bought him from Tokyo Verdy. And you can see again, finishing 16, pace of 10, acceleration. He's got 3 goals in 2 games in the J-League. He's another 2-star and 5-star potential ability. So our scouts really do think he's going to be one of the best players in Japan. I think this kid has a massive future. Both of the 2 that we have bought up front are going to be making me have question marks about some of the other players we do have in the squad. Certainly players like Wharton, who are on the outside looking in now. Tedic is another one who currently operating at 4 stars in the J-League. He's 25 years old. We could cash in on him. Probably not worth very much, but we did get him on a free transfer. So there is a few question marks over some of these strikers down here. Daichi Mingishi is another 18-year-old. Obviously has quite a lot of potential too. He has 1 in 1 in the J-League 2. And then we've got Mito, who we've just showed you, Uchiyama down here. So we have some bright Japanese talent coming through. Fingers crossed, we are going to be producing that into something special in the future. But that's all the catching up done that we need to do. Today we are here to play against Yokohama Marinos. Let's show you the starting 11 and how we get on in the second leg of the quarter-final. Here we go then. This is going to be the starting 11 that we will put out to face off against Yokohama. Hatano is in goal. Hata, Tachi, Aranda and Yamamoto will be the back 4. We have Garner in the middle protecting those with Nago, Miyuki and Barada. Giving the ball to Nishikawa and Machido, who hopefully will score the goals to put us through to the semi-finals. Some of the players were just showing off. Signed too late in the season to register for this cup competition, so they will miss out. But I'm pretty sure tomorrow's episode we will show you a J-League game and you can see them in action. But for this one, let's get the ball rolling and see how we get on against Yokohama Marinos. Here we go then. The game is off and running, and there's something happening quite early. 54 seconds on the clock and we're getting a highlight already. Yokohama are knocking the ball around in the middle of the field. Can we steal it off them? Force them to go all the way back to the goalkeeper. And he's going to lump it forwards. We're going to steal that through Ghana. Plays to Barada. Machida's played the ball through for Nishikawa. Gets cut out. But then a terrible mistake. Is it just me, or since the winter update, have those kinds of mistakes been happening more and more? We saw the stupid own goals and the deflected goals in, was it yesterday's episode or the day before? Where there was the own goal where the defender just booted it off of the face of his own player and it's gone in the net. And there was a goal where my player scored from pretty much the same situation. And that there is another goal that's come from a silly defending error. He's just belted it off the back of his own man, played Nishikawa in. Jun Nishikawa took all the time in the world that he needed to just smash it into the bottom corner and give us a 2-0 lead in the tie and a 1-0 lead in the game. We have defending to do with the corner, and it's played at the near post. I don't know how that stayed out. The goalkeeper there got down really well. Hatano kept it out. Or is it Tani back in goal? No, Hatano's in goal. Yeah, Hatano gets down, does really, really well, and then stops the rebound too. So some great goalkeeping there from our goalkeeper. Hatano putting a stake forward to try and displace Tani as a regular number 1 goalkeeper for us. I think he did really, really well to get down and make those 2 saves. So then, 27 minutes into the game, 7 shots, 4 on target. I think in terms of this save, we are branching off into territory where we're getting into enough seasons now to have a big enough sample size to see how the team's going. I mean, we've been really, really successful in our time in Japan it could start winding down if there's not a lot more to do in the save. The Club World Cup, we will certainly be back for that if we can win the AFC Champions League. That is one thing on the list to do. Playing against teams like Liverpool, Barcelona, Bayern Munich and Boca Juniors were all, and Manchester United, they were all big pluses. Wow, James Garner with a rocket from outside the box, 8th goal of the season. That is probably going to kill the tie off at 3-0. And on the day, we are 2-0 up. But yeah, there's a few things left to do in the save, but it certainly is in that territory where we could look to start winding it up. However, the introduction of those 2 kids that we've just signed, plus the Moroccans, the Tunisian that we signed, those kinds of players, those regens, I'm excited to see where they go. So pretty sure that the save will be safe for at least a couple more seasons. But long term, we are pretty much achieving everything that we want to achieve. So maybe, yeah, just rambling, just thinking out loud, basically. I think the series is going to be safe for another couple of seasons. And if those players that we brought in, the youngsters, start developing, it could go even further than that. But back on the pitch anyway. Yokohama are on the attack. They've worked the ball into the box. Maeda's got one back for them. Dyson Maeda, he's an interesting thing for you. I tried to sign this player in the... What date are we on? So this works backwards, doesn't it? So I think we're in the winter transfer window. Whatever transfer window just shut anyway in Japan. Tried to sign Dyson Maeda for those kinds of goals. He was top of the leaderboard, I think, or if he wasn't, he was just behind Preissart. But definitely, Dyson Maeda was one that we looked at. His wage demands was stupid. He wanted something like £20,000 in the J League, which I think our highest earner is around 10. So I was never going to be doing the deal, but that is exactly the reason why. It was a cool, calm, collected finish from him. In terms of the game, the time is just running out. I was tempted to make some substitutions, but I don't really think I need to unless they get an equaliser here and then we're kind of on the back foot. I don't want us to have given away a 2-goal lead, but they're crossing the ball in. Hatter's got it away. Doesn't go very far, though. And they are building back up. Gari, Kaneko. Somebody needs to go to the ball and try and stop this attack because they're getting closer and closer. And Maeda's in again, and this time he's put it past the post. We are living dangerously. There is only 80. We're in the 94th. Oh, there's 4 minutes to be added on. We're in the 90th, so there's 4 minutes left. No point making substitutions here. We're just going to play the game out. And Aranda is bringing the ball forwards. Yamamoto back to Tachi. Plays it to Hatta, to Garner. Out to Nago. This is some build-up play. We obviously work on this because in yesterday's episode we had a build-up of play that resulted in a goal that was some fantastic play. And we're doing it again here. Nago, if he finishes this, oh my gosh, that probably could have been goal of the season in terms of from a team angle. Obviously, the finish would have had to have been spectacular as well to beat the goalkeeper on his near post. But what build-up play that was. And I really love the way that the team are knocking the ball around like that. Certainly since the winter update again. Don't know whether that's something that's been added in, but the flow of play there was just amazing. And we have finished this game with a 2-1 victory. There were a few hairy moments. We could have let them back into the game. Glad that we didn't. That chance right at the end where they put the ball wide could have got them back to within a goal. But luckily for us, we come out 2-1 victors, win 3-1, and we are into the next round of the J-League Cup. So let's have a little look at the schedule, see where we can come back. As I said in yesterday's episode, we are now really into the running of the season. We've got Shimizu S-Pulse in the Emperor's Cup 4th round. So I think we'll do that one for tomorrow. And then the day after that, we've been drawn against Suwon Blue Wings in the AFC Champions League 2nd round. So we will probably come back for that game too. Right then, if you've enjoyed today's episode, please don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button to help the channel out. I appreciate every single person that's taken the time to do that. We are close to 1,400 subscribers as of this moment. So a big thank you to all 1,400 of you who have taken the time to do that. And if you haven't already, please consider doing so. But for this one, I'm going to wrap it there. Please come back and join me tomorrow as we face off against Shimizu S-Pulse in the Emperor's Cup 4th round.